Greetings, I am Laz.
And I am Scandal.
And let's date a dragon together.
Well, we're only going to date one dragon. We're not going to date multiple dragons.
I want to
anymore.
date all the dragons. Honestly, I feel like we should marry all three of them and unite the kingdoms. They're
Yeah, we
learning
will.
to work together. We should just support that.
Honestly, I'm cool with that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we don't know what any marriage entails. Like, they're asking, what does dating mean? We haven't asked, what does marriage mean to you guys?
Right?
Nor has our
What does
grandpa
marriage
explained
look
it.
like to you? Yep.
In dragon culture, let alone in your three different kingdoms of dragon culture,
Right.
because you're not all the Japanese, you're not all the Chinese, you're not all of Russia.
Hello! When you live in this, you're all just Russians.
What you are is you are Americans or you are foreigners. There's only two kinds of people. Two kinds of people. That's it.
Canadians somewhere.
Canadians somewhere. Australians, excuse me.
Hi,
What?
What?
Bitch, why? Also, someone going, I'm Asian. You mean the entire Indian continent? Whoa.
Whoa! The Asian country?
Yeah,
I was
that
like,
way.
sorry to interrupt, but what is this dating thing exactly? Dating is what happens when you find someone you really like.
I think that's the facts of life conversation, my dear.
Huh?
Hi, never mind. Hold on.
The two of you go out and actually do an activity together.
You know, like when I took you to the park and we rode the Ferris wheel.
That was actually a date.
That was a date. I mean...
Which is actually really funny. Speaking
That
of...
is the only date we've been on.
No.
Huh.
He tried to do the dating thing in regards to go check out my MMA fighting. So we've
Uh-huh.
been on two things with Dylan, basically.
Except for we took him away from the one he set up to
That
one
was
we set up.
so damn
I
random.
cancel your date and replace it with my own.
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
that's true. That was all one experience.
Uh-huh, that
I'm
was
sorry.
one
You got kidded.
experience.
Okay, and then Phoenix, we went and we busted down a loan shark.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of. That's an interesting date.
I mean, that...
On the other hand, the other guys were outside, so...
Yeah, okay, so really the only person I think we've been on a date with has been Dylan.
Then theoretically, the ice thing could have been a date.
Yeah, for
as
a 2-second
well.
date.
So honestly, Dylan is the one that we're dating.
Dylan
Because
is
we've
the
had
one we're dating.
most like private time that's an activity with him because we did the swimming pool thing with him also. Where
Yeah?
we
Oh,
took him
it's
and we talked about
true.
clothing. Like we are actually dating Dylan.
Holy cow,
Based
you
on the
guys!
structure of this story.
We figured it out!
Because Rye has been hanging out with us briefly as a friend here and there, but him tucking us in at night isn't really a date.
Well, and that was only one experience, and that was really strange.
And Phoenix in the kitchen at night stealing our ice cream wasn't a date.
Nope.
Nope.
We figured it out!
We're dating Dylan!
This
Ah!
game! We're dating Dylan! It's canon!
That's it.
Alright. Get to know each other, and if all goes well...
You make out!
I know! Yes!
That is the one thing I know how to do. You know what dates look like for me? We've already said they look like sex. I know! It's so
Done.
good!
It's not sex.
It's sex! But it is! That's great! I'm really excited about that. I don't really know what I would... I mean, I could try it. It'd be fine.
It could be fine.
Could be fun. I generally like sex, so it could work out great. Who knows?
It worked out great. I've never really been attracted to girls, but that's alright.
But I do like sex, so that should be fine. Yeah. We'll at least have one thing in common. Hopefully Smol likes sex too, and then we both
Do you
like
like
that.
sex?
Hi, Smol. Do you leans into your face down on
Huge.
Hi, Smol. Do you like sex? Smol. Hi. What? Corey. Oh my God.
I hate you all.
I hate the three of you so much. Oh my
Look
God.
how stressed out Dylan is. Don't be so perverted, Phoenix.
What? It's not like sex is perverted. It's a very natural process between two consenting parties that's supposed to be fun and pleasurable. What's wrong with you?
Oh wait, that's actually true.
Excuse
Honestly,
you.
sometimes I actually get really tired of that in anime where they're just like, you're a hentai, ecchi, and you're just like, dude.
Sex
Dude,
is
sex
great.
has been all a part of our culture for a really goddamn long time.
Do you know without
How do you-
sex, most of human history would not exist?
Do you know that also without sex, you wouldn't exist?
Ah! Someone
Ah.
going, no, I was a test tube baby.
And that's true.
And you go, okay,
Oh.
but those are illegal, so you know.
No, actually, artificial
if it's
insemination.
cloning, it's not.
I was
no, but artificial insemination.
So I
isn't
apologize. We're
necessarily-
gonna get smacked here real quick. We forgot about our artificial insemination or individuals who actually engage in basically ways of trying to do other methods outside of sex.
Non-sexual pregnancy. I was just saying,
Yes.
it exists. That's why I said most of human history, because modern human history does allow for non-sexual reproduction.
What do you
But-
consider modern to be?
Right, what is the modern
What is
world?
modern human
All right.
history? I always love
Don't
it.
be so perverted. Consenting sex is not perverted. Excuse you.
All right, Dylan. Boo. Well, he's not wrong, actually.
It ends with making out. Yay! Fry.
Woo!
Why? I also like the sex. Dylan, I cannot believe you're talking about this in public. This is so vulgar. I don't care if sex is consenting.
that
It's
could be.
socially inappropriate.
And that could also be basically Dylan's problem of going like, yes, sex is a thing, and sex is fine. What I'm talking about is that your flippant disregard and casual sharing of the sex
Which
in
should
front of
be
people.
deeply and profoundly private. There's even a stranger in this room who's not part of her family.
Oh my God!
Whoa, you guys, social faux pas, like, wow. Ouch. Yes, I like that better. All right, he's not wrong.
Fascinating.
He looks terrified.
I'm also like,
I
don't know.
am stoic and terrified.
Honestly, I don't know what that face is, because now I'm confused. What are the... Sometimes I honestly genuinely get confused by what the heck they're meaning when they're
The
writing.
limited anime expressions. I have 7 faces, and they have to be used for 400 emotions.
Right? Honestly, I'm really disappointed that most modern anime has really gone away from using like the chibi faces, where people would just blow up and have such extreme emotion. It would be this little face or whatever.
Because it made it really clear, even when your super stoic hot guy was having an intense emotional experience.
It was actually the thing that a lot of, like, there was an interesting breakdown of it, actually, where people talked about it years ago, at least when I was a kid, when anime was beginning to be really popular, where they were discussing going, like, what makes anime different than, say, like, American / United States comics or animation, is that it's very expressive. Yes. You don't need the character to, in a graveyard, you have a girl crying, and she goes, Father, I'm so disappointed, I will be there. You know, she goes off on this huge tirade, right? And you're just like, my God, shut up.
Right.
You know, like, we can clearly see you're sad, but, like, then the anime character, all they do is have this stone, this tombstone. You can see the name of the dad that you've, been a callback to, and you go, oh, I know that last name, right? And the character's just sitting there, and they're crying deeply, and have this just torn up expression of, like, my parent is dead. You know, they don't have to say that. It's literally a visual experience.
Yeah. Anyway, it's helpful, but that face looks somewhere between offense and, like, dissatisfaction and
or just
judging
like,
you, and
bizarre?
also terror, and also confusion. Like, it could be all of these different things depending on how it's framed.
Fascinating. Why? Well, would you be open to dating a Smol?
See, they are all supporting each other. All of us. Dating all of us.
Yes!
It's like, well, I'm already dating you, actually.
Dylan?
Just so you know, we've already
Dylan.
done the dating, but it did not go well because we didn't end in making out. I am formally going, while this is explicit to say, if these are your human, your human standards, your Earth standards, it didn't go well because we didn't make out at the end of the Ferris wheel thing.
Yes.
I see. So we have done
Smol.
the bad dating.
No!
Smol. Okay, no.
No, it was fine dating.
Nope, the bad dating.
No, Smol, don't. This is terrible.
Why are we having this conversation in front of other people? Don't do it. All right. A date. What? That's so non sequitur?
I'd love to.
We didn't even answer our friend.
Nope.
We just ignored him completely. We looked over at him, listened to what he said, and looked away from him. Now, the thing is we don't have to listen, we don't have to regard what he says. There was a conversation I was in recently where somebody said, yeah, I told her what I wanted, and she didn't listen to me. And my other friend, in my defense, because they were helping mediate this complex conversation, because sometimes you do that when you're all adults.
Yes.
And you're having complex conversations where you know that the two parties involved aren't necessarily containing all the brain cells they need to handle everything.
Really?
Including me being one of those people that doesn't contain them all. And what he said is, actually, it sounds like she listened to you completely, but she didn't choose to do what you recommended.
Yes.
Now,
which is an explicit thing to learn and to understand. So go, you didn't listen to me. You're like, of course I did. Yes, I did. I chose, though, to do something else, and now you're angry at me.
Because I didn't choose what you wanted me to do.
Yes.
Now, in this case, I feel like you should acknowledge what your friend Corey has said, and then move forward and do what you would like.
Right.
Because if he is your best friend who you care about and want to maintain friendship with, and you've just established you're not going to let the dragon experience, the experience with these boys come between your friendship, when he goes, Smol, don't date them, you can say, Corey, I'm going to make my own choices about this. We have already discussed it's not going to hurt our friendship.
Right. You are not being left out.
You are not being left out.
But this is about me.
And also going, you know what? Group dates are a thing. Let's all 4 of us go on a date. You can meet my friend and get to know my friend, and I'll get to know all 3 of you.
Yeah,
and then Phoenix will go, and then you can make out with all 3 of us.
Yeah.
And she'll go,
I have a great time.
And Corey just about dies and falls on the ground. And she goes, I don't know about that part, but we'll look at the first part, okay? And you know what? Food will be there. Food will be there. Oh, wait, food? There'll be food?
There'll be food and making out.
And making out! Yes! I'd love to. with all three of you, all of them,
Yeah!
group date.
I honestly, group dating.
Smol, putting on her teaching cap. I will show all of you what the human dating looks like.
Hooray!
You
'Cause
will
we don't need
learn
to
my
learn
culture.
anything about dragon dating at all, because, you know, screw
Nope.
dragons, I guess.
Also, raise his hand quietly. If you guys don't know what dating is, what do you do in the dragon world to get to know a partner?
Right?
Right? Wouldn't that be great? I'd love to know.
Well, it's pheromone-based.
Sorry, Corey. I'm gonna make my own choices. It's
Again,
okay.
you keep apologizing. At this point now, I'm kind of annoyed, going like, sigh. It's okay, this is for the funnies, so I'm gonna have to let this go, because I know when I've been beaten.
And we can't have a real conversation about this.
Not at all. What we have to have is a very juvenile, awkward conversation, because this is what adults do not do.
Sometimes they do.
Honestly, they do sometimes
They
do
do.
it, and it's very frustrating.
With that thing of not having enough brain cells, have your friends support you. If you have a group of friends and there's someone you're having troubles with, ask
my
your
God.
friend to allow mediation. Invite other people in to solve the problem. One of the big things is you might not need professional help, but you really can be like, hey, my dude, we are having a lot of trouble with this, whether it's, your non-binary friend or what have you. Maybe we should bring in another brain to help us get an idea of how to solve this.
So, this reminds me really badly. My parents came to visit both of us a while ago,
Oh,
so
God,
before
this is
coronavirus showed up,
amazing.
and we basically got into this big, huge argument and whatever else, because I do not get along with my parents. It's just kind of how the world seems to work in regards to that. My mom cannot handle the fact that we do not get along. She tries over and over again, and I have pointed out to her over and over again that we basically go through extreme cycles of abuse, where it's like we will be talking, and it'll be fine for a while, and then somebody will say something, and it'll basically start breaking apart almost instantly.
And what happened was?
What happened was that my friend Liz was there with me, and actually was like, oh, I think basically what they're saying in this case is this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And what my mom decided to do is go, I want to hear Scandal say it.
Yes.
I need to hear Scandal say it specifically. And it was like, dude, I cannot communicate with you. We have established over and over and over and over again that we cannot talk.
And there was this level of having a conversation very carefully with 4 people in the room, because,
My dad was
there too. And where Scandal would talk to their mom, and mom would come back with something that sounded really aggressive or really strange or really out in left field based on what I thought my friend had said. And I would kind of look at my friend, and my friend would also look confused. And so then I would come in and be like, hey, I think what we're after here is more like this kind of thing. And then instead of just talking for my friend, I'd be like, Scandal, does that sound right?
Right.
And there'd be a lot of, yeah, this, or yeah, that, and this.
Right.
Because I actually have spent a huge amount of time practicing communication with my friend, and we're still practicing.
It's true.
It is an experience. You'll hear us go through it sometimes on our games. It's a thing.
It is true. You know what? I think I'm just gonna skip dinner and head home. I'm going to die inside and go get drunk for a while, even though that is not unhealthy. That is, so I will say, as somebody who did suffer for a little while with actually being like, I was just sort of quietly drinking on my own.
Some sort of private alcohol abuse.
Yes. Don't do it. Like, I know it's a thing to do, and yeah, you're like, well, I just want to relax, and it's just a drink, or it's just a whatever, but it really does slowly start to become more than just a drink, and it's really difficult, especially because you're entering basically into an altered state. You really are, and especially with alcohol. Alcohol is a depressant. It will make you sad, and I was already sad, so it wasn't making my day or my time any fucking better. Like, it sucked, and it wasn't any fun. So I'm gonna say, if you have something like that, please take care of yourself. Talk to someone.
One of the big important things about trying to change any habit that's a destructive habit is that you have to replace it with something else.
Yes.
So if you are having a space in your life where you go, I do this thing and it hurts me, but I just keep doing it, whether it is alcohol abuse or something else,
Right.
it is going to be incredibly hard to just drop it.
Yeah.
Because just like any habit where you go, I usually eat dinner around 5 p.m., so I get hungry around 5 p.m.
Yep.
If you're like, I usually drink around 7 p.m., then I get ready to drink around 7 p.m. You have to replace it with something else. And not something else like, I will make myself do something else. Something else that you can engage with, something else you can connect to. Like, you know what? My drinking time used to be Friday nights after work, so I'm going to go aggressively play video games with my friends instead. I'm going to join a tennis club. I'm going to go role play, which you can't do right now, at the local game store.
Or,
in a
you role play online.
or public group, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But doing something that puts you in a different space so you can replace that habit.
Right. Or even basically, again, I know it's terrifying and sometimes it's so frustrating. That thing of where I talked about before, actually earlier, of when I was a kid, of being like, I just wish that one of my friends friends would call me, right? I'm
Right.
super depressed. I want the magic of the novels and the stories and the animes.
They'll
to
know
solve
I'm unhappy and just
They'll
call me.
feel how unhappy I am, and they'll just call out of the blue, right?
Call your friend.
Call your
Start
friend.
the incidents.
The phone really does, as it happened in Lily's Garden, it does work both ways.
Right.
You can also just text your friend, and you can also then establish with them before you ever get in that space going, hey, I've actually been struggling. Do you have a moment to talk to me about this so that maybe I can set up some things to take care of myself?
And you can ask your friend if they are available for that kind of support.
Yeah.
Because your friend may not be able to commit to that. Some friends can go, you're trying to conquer drinking. I might super want to help you, but I don't know what kind of investment that is, and if I'm emotionally prepared to commit to it. Or it can be one of those things of them going, you know what? I would love to help with that. What kind of help do you think you need?
Right.
Instead of going, here's what I can do, and telling you how to solve your problem,
Right.
and they can go, what do you think would help? And you can have those conversations.
Right.
Are you sure? I mean, Grandpa made my favorite. It's going to be really tasty.
No, bye.
I
think I've embarrassed myself enough for one evening, and these guys are horrific. Bye.
They are, they're foreigners, in case you didn't remember, and it's okay to be uncomfortable, but I wish you would stay.
I'll talk to you later, Smol. Honestly, that's totally fair and completely legitimate. I just feel like we should have way more establishments in regards to that. It's almost like we're pretending to say that they are, and then they aren't, and only talk about it when it's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
We're only going to have him as a friend if it brings drama. Drama,
Drama,
drama, drama, lama. It's a good thing you didn't like him back, Smol. Otherwise, I don't know what I would have had to do, because I'm supposed to marry you, or one of these two at least.
Or at least one of them, I guess.
As long as we don't find out that the other
Mostly
dragon
me.
princess is actually the dragon princess, and then you know what? If she is, and you're actually and not the real princess, then we're gonna all have to go support each other trying to marry her in 15 years. But in the meantime, since it is you until the elders say otherwise, I absolutely would like to win. I like to win.
I have curiosity. Why did you turn him down?
He didn't have a ring. That's a dragon. That's a human culture thing. Period. Corey's great, but I just don't see him that way. What I mean is, I don't feel a romantic and sexual attraction to him in the way that I would like to when I see myself with a partner. In my own fantasies, and especially the way I think I would like to feel. I just don't see him that way.
What about us?
All of you. I'm going to marry all of you immediately. I've decided. I don't care if I'm not even really the dragon princess. If one of you has to divorce me to go marry her after a while, that's fine.
They're all like,
What?
I guess that would solve it.
In the meantime, until she comes of age or the elders say otherwise, let's go get married. Vegas does it immediately.
It does.
Do you have IDs?
Oh shit.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah,
so I don't know how dragon marriages work. One of them, in my culture, it takes 47 days, and
this particular rite and this particular purpose, and we have to go talk and speak
And it has
to
to
every
be-
single member of the family and ask them to accept you.
and it only happens in this season, so we'll be setting up for it now.
Yes.
And then the other
When
one
is that season? About 3 years from now.
and then you got Phoenix going, we get married immediately. All we gotta do is bone in the other room. Done. We are married. Right.
So you married your entire harem? So you're already married?
He's like, oh no, because they're not of a proper rank, so it's not a marriage unless you have an appropriate rank.
Oh.
So you can have sex with anybody, and it's not
Wouldn't
marriage.
that possibly open up those relationships for abuse?
That's possible, but since we're all really happy, I don't think it has. What about us?
How do you see us?
I see you as tall. All of you are tall.
You're all incredibly tall.
Really tall, and I think you could use a change of wardrobe. I do. But your hair, Dylan, you can keep that, because damn, it looks great.
Yes,
Especially those rings on the back, that would look amazing in a t-shirt. You know what?
It's true.
It just would. Super metal. I freeze as I realize they're all gazing intently at me, and my grandpa's been standing in the corner like a troll this whole time.
All right. He's Calcifer, the little eyes pointing out of the fireplace.
I just want to. I'm not here. It's fine. Your grandpa is a fly on the wall going, my child, they've grown up on their own. I didn't need to be a good parent. She can do it.
I should be fine.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
They're all staring at me, intently, taking up my entire living room. Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh. Raggy ruh-roh.
I don't know yet. I gotta go. Those are our only options! And they're both defensive.
That's it.
You don't gotta...
Or honestly, I don't know yet. Could be.
No, I know, but there's just such, not like, I don't know yet. It's a, I don't know yet!
Or it could just be, I don't know. I mean, the yet to me also is sort of like a qualifier.
It's the exclamation point that's
Yeah.
getting me going. How do you say I don't know yet with an exclamation point without it being sort of defensive?
That's true.
Going, I don't know
I
yet.
can be playful, but I don't know yet.
Or it could be like that. I don't know yet. Like
It's super cool.
I don't
we haven't been
know.
on a date yet, so how do I know?
Two of you I haven't even dated. Yeah, the both of them look around.
do
Look
I?
at Dylan.
Dylan.
What?
Dylan. Is that dating?
Was that, wait, what is dating? Wait, what have I? Oh, we had the bad date, I remember.
Oh, the non-successful date.
Just the unsuccessful
Because
date.
if it ends with, you know,
With making out,
with making out, it
successful.
was not successful.
It was not a
Smol.
successful.
No, it was fine.
Oh my god, it was fine.
Okay, I don't know yet.
I don't know yet.
Because
I'm totally-
gotta go is too much dodging.
Well, also it's dinner time. You can't go. There's nowhere to go. You're here for dinner. Like, I gotta go. It's
To the
so-
table! Foink!
And sit down here and eat the lasagna. Hurry.
Garfield. I hate Mondays.
All right, guys, please. We don't even know if I'm the real Dragon Slayer princess. We don't even know if you're supposed to like me. Remember?
But my heart. And I will always love you.
Even if I marry someone else, my heart is still with you, Smol. I gave you my personal necklace. I'll never forget you.
Yeah, and then you just put an identical one.
Yeah, well, that was my first one, though, so it's special because it was the first one.
You also got an entire harem.
Well, yeah, but you're not part of my harem. You are higher rank than they are. Or at least you were. Oh, if you're a civilian now. What's the rank of human civilians versus dragon, royalty? I gotta find out.
They're like, there's no equivalent. What are you talking about?
Perfect, that is fine.
No! All the more why we want to know where you stand.
In front of you, in my living room. That's where I stand.
Right now.
Yep. It would be nice to know how you feel about us. All three of us. Really, I just want to know how you feel about me. Smol, how do you feel about me?
Please.
I've been really good. You know what? I've given you gifts, and I haven't complained when you've done weird things with them, and I've blown stuff up for you, and all kinds of things. Don't you like me? I even didn't steal all of your ice cream, and I taught you how to hold the bat so you wouldn't knock yourself over.
Okay, dude, I am not an Xbox achievement.
Are you sure?
Please?
So I'm pretty sure I'll get the badge. I'll get the social badge of having married the Dragon Slayer princess, so you know. All right, how do you feel about us? So let's just wrap this up right here.
Yeah, should we sound straight? We'll find it out!
Ah.
So thank you very much, guys, for joining us. We have totally enjoyed this. We appreciate you being with us. So if you like our content, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And also go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon, as well as our Twitter. And we got an Instagram, and we're also on Tumblr, and blah, 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 blah.
All that stuff.
Wow!
We don't talk very often outside of our videos, but we are there if you speak to us.
It's true.
Yay!
Hey! Honestly, thank you very much. So I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great talking with you.
Bye!